Well, hello, my beautiful nail babes and nail friends. Welcome back to the channel where I am the nail authority, just in case you all don't see the change in the channel name. And I want to thank you so much for coming. If you're new, appreciate you being here. If you're oldie but goodie, you know that I love you so much and I appreciate you. I really, really do appreciate you coming on back here. But today we want to, go ahead and do some things. And of course, one of those things is to dive right into the video. All right, people, so we got some things for you today. I got some little goodies and stuff that I got from Maniology, who are out of Hawaii, and I want to send a lot of aloha and a lot of love to my family and everyone else that is and friends and nail friends and extended nail family that are in Hawaii as they go through this very turbulent time with the fires that are going on there. So nevertheless, I want to say thank you to Maniology for sending me these items and that. They did mail them to me, so I want to just show you all this for those who don't know. Oops, I hope I didn't break that. All right, but anywho, this is where you can find me. It says Nail Struggles, but my new name is the Nail Authority. If you don't know, I can be found at this address that is here if you want to send me some goodies or send me something nice. I am not opposed to having goodies. Nevertheless, if you have not, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button because, girl, want some love. All right, that's really what that is. Nevertheless, people, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into this video because I want to give you an opportunity to show you some goodies. I did a live on IG a few weeks back, and I have tried to no extent to get it to put it here on my channel, but the audio was horrible and I just wasn't gonna do that to you all. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the goodies that I got, and then we'll do some little stamping in that. So for those of you that don't know, Maniology is a stamping company. So what that means is, for those of you who maybe are challenged or cannot draw or don't have steady hands, you can get some things called stamping plates, okay, which will help you with different designs for you to put on nails. So I'm gonna show you some of the goodies that I got. The first thing that I did get was this Ocean Crush 3-piece lacquer set. So I want to tell you all the difference. Nail lacquer. So I'm going to show you nail lacquer. Lacquer meaning that it air dries, people. Okay. You don't need a lamp. You don't need a UV LED lamp for the polish and that to dry. Which means these dry by air. Okay. Do you see how beautiful these are? Oh. They are just so beautiful. So let me show you, let me do it this way so that I can make sure I'm getting the numbers in that right. Okay, so for the first one we have, which is 147, which is called Deep Dive. So let's see if I can get that in the camera for you. Oh, it just can't, it's having a hard time just trying to, there we go. Having a hard time just trying to focus on the glitteriness, okay? The next is 148, which is called Ripple. Get that in the camera and that for you, that you can kind of see the color there. And then last but not least, which I think this is the color I know that I like, which is 149, which is called Sea Glass. So you can see how beautiful it is in the bottle, which these are like flakies that are in the bottle. So there's that. They also sent me a stamping plate. So here's what I mean by stamping plates. These are plates that have designs and that on them that you can use to be able to use something called a stamper, which is this thing here, and preferably one with a clear bottom so you can see what you're picking up and how to put it down onto the nail. Okay, has the top on it right now. And you also need something called a scraping card, or a little card that you need to, once you put down polish, to be able to scrape the extra polish away. You use your stamper, you pick up the design, and you're able to put it on your nail. Okay, so that's exactly what you need. So for those of you who maybe are challenged, but this here is the Maniology plate M377, okay, and it was for Shark Week. And like I said, I had an opportunity during Shark Week to basically showcase this plate on my IG channel. You can find me at the Nail Authority _ over on IG, and I'll make sure to link that down below. But I'm gonna see if I can get really, really close up here in the camera so you really can see this plate, because it's such a beautiful plate. All right, you can see where there's like the fishies and that, and then here's those shark teeth, some loose shark teeth. Let's see, a loose shark fin. I Choose You. There's the diver that's kind of petting a great white here, and this is probably my favorite one here, which is a shark that's inside of a floaty. And then there are some other ones that has a couple like hammerhead sharks that are on here. Free Kisses, another tooth, and then there's another one here that says Save the Sharks, and I'm Not Mean, I'm Just Hungry, and a couple of other sharks in that different type of sharks like the hammerhead and stuff that's on here. Great white. And if you got to forgive me because I can't think of I think this might be a whale shark. I could be wrong, but nevertheless, I know a whale shark is like a big fish or whatnot. And then there's some more like the the aquatic greenery, as you call it, and some more little shark fins and stuff. So I actually showcased this plate, like I said, on my IG during Shark Week, where I created a couple designs and stuff like that. So make sure you take a look and you check those out. But I do want to showcase how to go ahead and stamp with these. So these are 3 colors that I got from the last package that Maniology sent me, and they had sent me this Tropicana polish set, which is set number 60, that has these beautiful, you know, tropical colors in that are in there. So just so you know, I don't have a whole lot of Maniology polishes in that. So if you're just wondering, like, man, how come she won't use greenery for the background and all the rest of this stuff? Okay, here's the secret. I don't have any Maniology green, but I'm gonna get there. Okay. Okay, people, on a recording number 5, you're never below. I done like finished off the whole video and didn't even know that. Guess what? It wasn't even recording. But anywho, I want to show you, this is the plate that I'm going to use, and we're going to do it off of 2 backgrounds. Okay, we're going to stamp on the 2 backgrounds. We have a matted background and we have a lacquered background. So, and this is regular nail polish. So what that means is this: if you have a gel polish design, so for example, I have gel polish on this design, and you want to be able to stamp over it because you are art challenged, okay, you need to make sure that you matte out your background to have a smooth finish, which means put down some matte top coat, cure it, and then you'll be able to stamp over it. So for those of you just looking at my hands, this is the Nail Tech Struggle. Your girl works like 10-12 hour days. I'm an engineer program manager by day. At night, I do nails. I am a licensed nail tech and a licensed nail instructor in the state of Michigan. Okay, and I do nails part-time 3 days a week. So, you know, sometimes I can be a little bit art challenged, because even though I've had tens of thousands of dollars worth of computer drawing and having to do hand drawing, your girl is not that good at it. I'm art challenged. I really am. So I want to show you some other plates in that. And then I'm letting you know you can also stamp on a lacquered or nail polish background, but it has to be super dry. I'm talking about like 15-20 minutes dry, y'all. Okay, 15-20 minutes dry. Okay, so in addition to the Maniology M377 plate, I ended up getting this nail plate here, which is the Maniology M053 in a previous haul that you'll be able to see. I'll link it up in the cards before you. And I love that this design here you can use to stamp out French nail designs. So if you have a problem drawing, or if you have a problem being able to get that crisp French nail design shape, this will be a perfect plate, as well as you have the V French that's here that I would use this for, or for some other designs. And then you also have lots of lines that you can stamp in some other designs in that as well. And this is Maniology M053. This one is for Hallows Eve that is coming. This is Maniology M032 for Halloween. It has some skulls that are here, has some brains. Let's see if I can get further up in here. So it has some skulls here, it has some brains, it has little ghosts. There's like a little running little cartoony ghost and stuff, a Cheshire cat here, you know, just trick or treat, some other Halloween stuff that's there. And then last but not least, this plate here is Maniology M299. This will be perfect for those of you that are art challenged, that want to get in on the 3D art designs and stuff like that that you see going on around Instagram. You can easily stamp your design here and then fill it in with like some 3D gel or some jewelry gel and go ahead and cure it. And then baby, there you go. You got your blobs and everything else that you want to be able to do, and you don't have to figure out how to draw it or put it together. You just stamp it, outline it, put your colors on, and keep going. But we showcasing the shark plate here because that's what they gave me. I don't even know if I did this in the camera, so I'm gonna have to do this again because I don't know what recorded and what didn't at this point. All right, so I want to show you the flakies. So from my left to your right is 147, 148, and 149, which I got to put down the numbers here, y'all. It's a deep dive, Rippo, and sea glass, okay? So there are the flaky designs. It is a lacquer design in that. I could use this as my background and then put some stones on this. Like if I only had these, and they're like flakies inside of, you know, gel polish, and nail polish, man, that would be like an awesome, like, you know, crystal clear see-through nail design. All right, so I want to show you how you stamp on a matted background, supposedly, if you have gel polish. I'm trying to get myself together over here. I got one hand that's not even halfway done because your girl ain't had time to do her own nails. But our Woodward Dream Cruise here in Detroit is coming up. If you know, what up, though? I'm saying hi to those from the mighty, mighty east side of the D. What up, though? And I gotta get my nails done before then because I gotta be cute for the Woodward Dream Cruise that's coming up on Saturday. It's a million cars that come out. It's all of your classic cars. I'm a sucker for muscle cars. That's what I grew up around, and that's what I just love. And I love that people come out and everybody just be eating, drinking, having a good time. Calling it a day. All right, so I don't have any green stamping polish. I only have 5 stamping polishes for Maniology. So you're just gonna have to forgive me and just get through this tutorial with me. Yes, you are. All right, so in this case, I'm actually using some Maniology black polish. I have my roller here to get ready to pull off the polish off of the stamper. I use my stamping card to get ready to scrape, and my polish. All right, so this is what I do. I have my nail. It's right here. Matted out background. I'm gonna use this scenery that's here that just looks like what would be like some aquatic greenery under the sea, but I don't have no green polish, y'all, so y'all just gonna have to use your imagination, because this is what I got. And I try to be fair because I got some in some other companies' colors, but I don't want to do that because when people in Maniology don't hook me up here, so I don't want to disrespect them like that. All right, so once you have your if you have a part of the design that you don't want, you can always use your stamper and just kind of take off what you don't want. All right, so once I have my design, put it down, I line it up with where I want it to be, and then I stamp it in. Take my time, push it left to right. If you don't know, stamping polish has more pigment than regular polish, and it also dries a lot faster, okay? So that way you're able to stamp. I can use my stamper and my sticky to clean off my stamper. So there we go. All right, one of the things I am going to use now is this little guy here, because this little guy here, that's the little shark in the floaty, looks like he is living his best life. So I'm going to use him, okay? So we got the underground, about to go ahead, scrape lightly, and then I'm gonna take off the part of the design that I don't want, because I just want the shark that's living his most extra life. So for those of you that's not live your most extra life, you only get one of these suckers, okay? And you want to make that mug beautiful. So I'm gonna stamp him down here. All right, there we go. Now my sharky, that's over a matted gel polish surface, okay? Living his best life. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take these flaky sea glass number 149, because I'm just like really in love with this color, and it's making me want to do like some sea glass nails. It makes me want to shave off this blue that I got on my hands and be like, oh, let me do some crystal nails on myself. Use this as a background. I could put down some stones, and I'm gonna be looking absolutely extra, and I'm okay with that, because the people, for those of us from the mighty east side, we don't mind being extra. We really don't. Even though granted the folks on the west side usually was more extra than the folks on the east side, but heck, hey, I'm extra now. How about that? Woo. All right, so there we go. We have some flakies, and I got a bug in my room that I just is trying not to let me live my best life right now. All right, so there we go. We got Mr. Sharky that is in his floaty with all the life that's up under him, floating, living his best life, and that's on a matted background surface. Just to let you know, you can stamp on different surfaces. Next, I'm gonna take my acetone, clean off my plate. I usually just use some Scotch Shops towels and some acetone. Use those to wipe off my plate, and you can cut these up. Yes, oops, yes, I do use lint-free wipes from other manufacturers and that, but I found that a lot of times it's not necessary for you to always buy that, even though I do have some that I like to use in my service with my clients. But hey, just take Scotch Shops towels and chop them up, and then there you go. All right, one thing I do need to do is take my scraper. You need to make sure you clean off your scraper. You want to make sure that bottom is nice and clean so you can get that good scrape when you trying to pull off the excess polish. So now we have it over the lacquer surface, which means this is a regular polish. I don't have anything over it. I have just made sure that this polish is extremely dry, and I'm going to use that black color again. It's really so it helps stand out too. And I'm gonna use this other aquatic scenery that's here on the opposite side. So here's what you need to know about stamping. You cannot be stingy on the polish. You must put down enough polish that sinks into the etching of that design before you go ahead and lightly scrape very quickly across the top. Give your wrists a quick flick. I'm gonna go ahead, take my stamper to take off the part of the design that I don't want. Take my lacquered surface, and then I'm just going to stamp in my design really quickly. Okay, so there we go. We have our design, and then I'm gonna choose a different shark, and this time I'm gonna just still go ahead, take my stamp, my scraper, clean off and make sure that bottom is nice and clean. Then I'm gonna take my stamper, my roller, clean that off to prepare myself for the next stamping episode here. Then I'm going to use, I think this is a whale shark. If I'm wrong, I'll make sure to link it in the cards below, but I really think this is a whale shark because I've seen some hammerheads over here, a great white, and a couple other things, so that I make sure I have my shark genealogy categories correct. Okay, all right, now we got that. Do a little scrape. Then we're gonna do a light flick of the wrist. Go ahead, I'm gonna take my stamper, take off what I don't need. I just want the little whale shark. I'm gonna go ahead and take my nail, and let's go ahead and let's put him at an angle so I can fit them all on there. All right, so there we go. Stamp the shark. He's kind of floating above the aquatic life. He might have came to the surface to sun himself or whatnot. And I'm going to use one of these other flakies. This is 147, which is Deep Dive. And I'm going to just use this to kind of highlight some of the areas that I didn't necessarily stamp, but I want to fill in, because why not? It's always okay to do a little something extra. Okay? Yeah, I'm over here need to have my extra moment on my other hands, because I don't even want this blue no more. All right. There we go. Okay, people. So what did we learn today? We learned a couple of things. One is that you can stamp over a gel polish surface. So in this case, you can stamp over, like I would have been able to stamp over my hands here if I would have put down a matte top coat, and I would have been able to stamp over this just fine. Okay, so this was over a gel matte top coat that I cured in a UV LED lamp. Okay, and then this is stamped over nail lacquer. So then that way, you know, you can utilize your different colors and stuff. So say you got a client that chooses a color and it's a nail lacquer and they want a design on it and stuff like that. Well, have no fear, mon frères. You can stamp over it, especially if you are at the challenge. If you are at the challenge, you don't have to worry about that. You can go to Maniology. They have so many different stamping plates, okay? So many different stamping plates that are from everything from holidays, that might even be to some things that we see on television. I know they have some zombie stuff. They have all kind of witchy stuff. Just anything that you're almost looking for a design, you can find it is a stamping plate on Maniology. And I adhere you to please go stop off at maniology.com. Use my code. You don't have to. You can still shop as normal, but it just lets them know I sent you there, okay? And why not get yourself an extra discount code? Okay, so I make sure and it's put it right here. La, 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 la. Okay, all right, people. So now got the stamping plate. You learned a couple things about stamping on lacquer as well as stamping on a gel polish background, how you can protect your surfaces and stuff like that using a plastic back towel, and as well as all of the items that you need for you to be able to successfully stamp. So hopefully I helped you out today. I want to thank the wonderful people over at Maniology for giving me these wonderful plates and polishes and that for me to be able to showcase some designs and stuff with you all today. So if you have not lived your most extra life in a little bit of time, what are you doing? What you doing? I'm serious. What you doing? You need to get out here and live your most extra life. Don't get in trouble with the law or anything like that. Mrs. Male Authority ain't told you to do that. No authority is in my name. I adhere to it. Sometime. It too. You know that I love you all. Grace and peace to you all. You know what it is that I'm about to say, and that is this: life is too short. Have boring nails, so don't. And we're out.